Welcome back to your daily news, but without the libtard propaganda. I'm your host, Aardvark. Biden is still separating families at the border. Where's the media outrage? I mean, absolutely no one's surprised by this. No one gave two shits about the immigrants coming here being separated from the families. They were political pawns. And now that you don't have to beat Trump, liberals don't give a fuck what's happening to these poor brown illegal immigrants. U.S. has world's highest rate of children living in single-parent households. It's like 23%. Now, there's a study that shows the number one factor in a child who grows up to commit crime is single-parent households. It's not the race. It's not the education level. It's not how much money your parents make. The common link, single-parent households. They are a cancer to our society and a threat to our democracy, and we need to stop rewarding women for being single mothers. Biden to begin admitting migrants forced by Trump to wait in Mexico. This is going to go over well. He's just going to give... Most people think there's like between 11 and 12 million illegal immigrants in the country, but Harvard did a study and they found that that number is double. So there's over 20 million illegal immigrants here, and they're just going to keep adding to it because fuck it. Smells like communism. Pitbul warns of loss of freedom amid crisis. Him and his family are Cuban refugees. They fled communism. It's weird. I don't understand why liberals are so fucking stupid, because you don't see anyone fleeing capitalism or democracy, for socialism, for communism. All these assholes build these shitty countries. They ruin their countries, and then they come here, and then they complain, well, this guy did, but normally. So shout out to Pitbull. They're going to eat our lunch. Biden warns after call with China's Xi. I'm not exactly sure what happened in this conversation. It was a 2-hour phone conversation, and it looks like they were talking past each other if you look at what was released from the Chinese government and from the American government. But the takeaway Biden has is they're going to eat our lunch, meaning China is putting more into their infrastructure and building a greener future than America is. And so we need to step up and start spending more money on our infrastructure. That I agree with. At least 6 dead in a 133-car pileup in Fort Worth after freezing rain coats road. Most of you are shit-tier drivers. Most of you should have your driver's license taken away. The reason 133 cars pile up is because you're driving too close. All 132 of these people drove too close. The first person should have been able to crash and do whatever the fuck they did, and if everyone else left the proper distance like a good driver is, there wouldn't have been a 133-car pileup. You are a bad driver. Whoever's watching this right now, I'm talking directly to you. You are a bad driver. You are a subpar driver, and you need more driver education. You don't have to hire a fancy instructor that costs a lot. You can go online, and you can learn how far away from the car should you be in front of you at different speeds. You're doing that wrong. I guarantee it. Go look that up. This bitch is canceling Lincoln. California, obviously, they think that there's too many schools named after white people. And so this high school, Abraham Lincoln, is getting its name changed because it's not inclusive enough. What the fuck's happening to this country? Beverly Hills Cops is accused of playing music to avoid being live streamed on Instagram by triggering the app's copyright filter. Now, this is pretty funny. I'm going to go ahead and label this based. The cop he was going to arrest this guy, and he was live streaming him, so then he pulled out his phone, and he started playing a copyright song so that if the person that was filming the police tried to upload it, hopefully it would get copyright strike. Didn't work in this case, but A for effort. Schumer wants Biden to transfer wealth from auto mechanics to Harvard grads. Now, this title, a little extravagant, but the point they're making in this article is that poor people who can't afford to go to college are going to be paying more in taxes for the debt of those who already incurred college debt. So a lot of people who went to colleges like Harvard are now going to get part of their education paid for by the poorest of the poor because their taxes are going up. And that's who's funding these college educations if you do this college debt relief. Fucking horseshit. They shouldn't do it. I can't believe how stupid Democrats are and how stupid the poor people are who vote for Democrats. All their policies hurt the poor people, and yet the poor people, because most poor people are stupid, will continue to vote for them. Let's end with a good story. Tom Brady says his wife is a good witch, and her ritual helps him win. But there's more going on here. There's not more going on here. She casts spells because she's a witch to help him win, and he keeps winning. And I mean, she is from Brazil. Maybe she is a witch. And that's going to do it for your daily news without the libtard propaganda. I've been your host, Aardvark.